Hello, and welcome back. Steel Pinnings here once again. And today I wanted to see if I can swap out the core in this Series 10 American lock. I believe I'm doing this as a request by Mr. Bobby Keys so that he can see exactly how to get the core out and whatnot. But he's got the idea down, so this is just a little view thing, you know. I have to apologize. I have a new camera tripod that's really cumbersome and in the way. You know, you put more shit in the way. Nonetheless, there are H series and just plain series 10s. And this is the plain series, and I think it's just about like the one you had. I've already got this one picked open. And we will look down the hole. Let's turn on light that I got here. We'll look down the hole, and there's the screw. Sometimes the screw is really deep, and you almost have to get a screwdriver that's thin enough, like so, to actually, go down and fit down into the hole itself. But we take out the screw, so let's get that out of there. And out of there. And there's the screw. And the pin, excuse me, that was in this one turned out to be quite gnarled. And I measured it. Sorry if it didn't focus well. Sorry. Come on. There it goes. But it's tapered on one tip. And I found that it's the same diameter as an American pin. So I just took the longest American driver I had, or key pin I had with a slight point on the tip. And I used it in this particular core. But it's a serrated key pin, of course, right? Well, that just makes it not want to slip out of that hole even more than the other core I had. But looking down after the screw is removed, you'll see that there is just a blank hole. But on this side of it, there's another hole that goes into the core with a pin right there. So, the best way I found to get that pin to jar loose is slap it on the table. Let's pan down a little bit so we get all in view here. Slap it down there a little bit. Let me take a peek. And if we look down there now, we see the pin starting to poke its little dirty head out. I think that would actually be long enough. We're going to whack it one more time just to be sure of it. Let me check again. Yeah, I think it's out enough. So now, I'll take the screwdriver. If you had a key in it would, give you some pull. But take the screwdriver, give it a little twist, and pull the core loose. Once you get the core loose, you pop the core out. But when that happens, that little actuator back there has spun around now. So when you put in the new core, you're going to have to figure out a way to twist that actuator back around and then latch it into place so that it gives it that spring lock back. If not, it's not going to lock back for you very well. So we'll set the old core there. And let me show you where that pin lies. It's right there. Focus on the fingers. Something. There you go. That's the pin right there. And I found the best way to actuate the pin from down the hole to make it lock in the new core the best is to use a nice small flag, so that you can go down the hole and then push it on in, type of thing. We'll get to that point. It's fairly simple. There goes my dad. Sorry about that, guys. Alright, so this is the new core, and for William Mansell, he was doing wafer locks, and he was having not difficulties of any kind, but he was saying that, you know, sometimes he had to pick one side, and sometimes he didn't have to touch that other. Come on. And sometimes he didn't have to touch that other side. That is because these keys work like so. One side gets pushed, the other side gets pulled. So it kind of works like, well, kind of like that actually. See how that would be pushing it the exact same way that it's showing. So the opposite would be the way to do it. And this one here pushes up slightly in different areas because it's not the right key. But of course you do it with the right key and you get the same thing. It's one side and one side. So whenever you say you didn't have to touch the other side, it was a slight touch, man. It just barely touched. And this side is the deep side. And with it, sucks them all in. Okay, anyhow. We will see how this needs to line. We'll put this down. You see how this here needs to line up. Let me see if I can do this real quick. Let me get a bigger screwdriver. Probably because it has to be closed. Yep, that's what it was. Okay, I think I got it primed. This would be, just want to make sure of it. Here. And see how that pulls it back? That opens, pulls it back. Without priming it like that, you don't get that action. So that's where and then you got to make sure you hold the whole core in while you, the little flashlight, look down the hole again. And you see the little pin. And like I said, I'll take this flag down the hole and push that little pin on inside. And one more little touch. Just because I want to make sure it's engaged. There we go. Double check. Yeah. We'll give it one little swap at the same time. It jumped back out. Hang on one second. There it goes. Belt it. Yep. No, and you'll see no longer poking out down there. So now I take the screw, which is just a block screw. It screws down partially, and the tip end of it blocks that pin from coming on out. And we get this. Go down in there, and we tighten it on up. Of course. Let's see there again. Big ha-ha here. And of course it needs to go down all the way, and I keep bumping the camera. I am no film student by any means. Okay, got that nice and tight. So, it still works, so we'll lock it up, and it works beautifully. and the core is locked in. So, sorry, I pulled it out too hard. Nope. I messed it up. There. Now I got loose again. See, pulled it right out. And that's okay, because all I got to do is reach in and reset it. Recore it. Latched in. Make sure. Oopsie. Tighten up that screw completely this time. That's where I messed up. I didn't get it to go all the way. So, there we go. Now we have a working lock. Alright, guys. That's about all I got for it. I just wanted to show that. I hope it helps anybody who doesn't know how to get them apart and change them. You can find these original Junk Brothers cores on eBay. They sell them in lots of 10 for $25 or so plus tax. Not a bad deal. It's great to have them in your kit. I'm going to go ahead and sign off there. Y'all please stay safe. Always stay legit. If you like this video and like what I do, hit that like button. And of course, please hit that subscribe button. Until we meet again, peace.